code that I've been getting, and it's just like a server like miscommunication. So yeah, I can't really control that, unfortunately.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Well, Celeste.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
Hold on. Before we continue... Bye! And let me save, because I haven't saved in a while. Back at it again. Okay, so yeah, whenever that happens, it's like a server, like, disruption, which I can't really control, so the only thing I can really do is, like, kind of lower the quality of the stream a bit. But otherwise, I can't control that, so yeah, I'm sorry. The internet's apparently being slow.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro
Welcome back.
in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Hey, great cake. Heyo.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any
But
evidence.
how did they destroy them? Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, whenever this happens, like, I don't, like, keep going on and just figure out what's wrong and so you guys don't really miss anything.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd. Chihiro told me he was in a hurry.
Why was he
But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Oh, hi, Will. I'm good. How are you?
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Do we?
Huh?
Makoto, you okay? Look at him! Is he okay? On the left, he's just like freaking out. Why are you seizuring so hard?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Everybody's seizuring, I don't
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you
don't
sure
know.
about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Celeste.
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
We don't have
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Okay, Kyoko.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
Okay.
Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro track jacket really hold some... Yeah, no, it's really complicated. But the first trial was so easy. Like, Christ.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Right.
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
No.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out?
No way. Not a chance.
Wait, you got it from the warehouse.
First of all, he was on his way,
So next we have to ask, why did he
choose the specific...
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one the...
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit, personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Yeah.
First of all, he was on his way to go. So next we have to... Why did he choose this...
What do you mean, the specific? Thick tracksuit.
No, not that. Not that. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Shoot!
I know what it is.
First of all, he was on his way... So next we have... Why did he choose...
What do you mean, the...
I got it! It matched the one...
So,
How'd you know what
the
it
killer
was?
was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, that's wrong.
How'd you know, Manga?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
Oh no, sweet.
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said... She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Nobody saw the clothes, idiot.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Why? Jill, why do you keep saying food?
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Well, Jill's about to kill you.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Oh, come on, dude.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony...
Yeah, same, honestly.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit
Oh, no,
was.
if you were gonna lie, you could have lied better.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you
I
did.
think we know who done did the killing.
Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
He'd be telling that.
That's why you said you knew who did it,
Kyoko,
to
my
put
right.
them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
What?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question. There was a certain turning point that maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
Oh my god, I ship it.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
She's talking shit right by you, you know.
Mondo, was it really you?
I thought you liked him.
Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone!
Why are you lying?
You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
Then say the
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Hold on. I think we're about to get
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false
Oh
accusation!
yeah, those two are bros. Oh god, this is terrible timing.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
Well, no, because if maybe Mondo realized because he found him in the boys' locker room, like he knew.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem.
Like maybe
It
Chihiro
seems
told him.
we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
What the is Hifumi about to turn into All Might? I don't understand.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Hina's so excited.
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Okay, but what is
Jeez,
this?
does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
Lol.
If you really insist, then...
God.
Here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Well, it's mine.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
Wait, they're not?
You're right. They're not.
Yeah.
They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah! You remember that?
Yeah, lol. That's the point of this game. Remember things and get shit done.
Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness.
Yeah.
You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
Supremo memory. Yu-Gi-Oh!
But If I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the little mystery is with these things. Cause I kind of figured out everything else. But I don't know this thing.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands.
Do you?
But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Okay, Monokuma, you say you have a weakness for pushy demands, but also everybody's been begging for you to let them go. And you're like, lol. Like, don't even lie.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
High temperatures? High temperatures? You mean the sauna?
I flippin' knew it!
No, you didn't for me. Also, I'm sure I was like...
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
So he did that on purpose.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
200 degrees though.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Mondo, how long, like, so, what, because that happened the other night, the whole sauna thing, right? So...
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
So how do you... Okay, so, So, that's saying, then, that maybe Mondo had Leon's ebook, and he noticed that it broke. So that, to get rid of Chihiro's, he did the same thing. But then, why did he have Leon's handbook?
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
Yeah.
What do you mean by accident?
So why did he have Leon's handbook?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
And then he tested it on Leon's, and then he did Chihiro's?
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
Lol. Sakura? I don't know. Sakura seems like she has like a bunch of endurance.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
We know exactly.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Wait, it happened to you? Oh yeah, I forgot. Mona took off his clothes. So then Kyotaka shared that information because he was bros with... What is going on?
Shoot!
Wait, didn't...
Here's my answer!
I thought you had your clothes off, Mondo. I don't understand.
Mondo,
okay, whatever.
Your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
Kill Taka, please.
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid
presenting
proof.
the proof this entire investigation. Like, you stop that. Stop being gay. Damn. Not my fault. You can't suck dick no more. Oh gosh.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Okay.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken,
So I'm like trying to
then
make
that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Oh god, oh god.
See? Look! Makoto...
I will use my brain. Okay, so...
was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'ma use them brains. And soccer should knock everything.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves that what...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
This is a weird one.
Let's test Makoto's. If what he said, you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook...
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Shoot!
Wait, but why aren't we checking his?
Let's test if what he said, you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is you broke your own handbook.
In other words,
if Mondo's hand, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See?
I'm trying to figure out
Look!
like, what exactly was...
Makoto was wrong after all!
It works just fine. Yeah, like I can tell that's wrong, right? But I'm trying to figure out what would be a good way to contradict it. So... I don't think it's here. And the broken e-handbook.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Huh. You could say it's mixture.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
If what he says
You broke your own handbook.
In other words,
if Mondo's hand, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn
handbook works just fine.
See? Look, Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test if what he says you broke your own.
in other words, if Mondo's handbook
is then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, it's like a little contradiction. Like, okay, what do you want me to do exactly?
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook
Yeah,
that was
'cause
in the
you
main
see,
hall.
like, my handbook works just fine, then you have the broken e-handbook, and I see, like, the connection is trying to make, but then, at the same time, like, sometimes it's not clear what the game wants you to do, like, what answer you're trying to get, so that's what I was confused about.
Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
Oh, interesting.
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
That's true, we didn't get to see what it
After
was.
all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is
Yeah, there's no other way
actually
to activate
Mondo's,
unless you turn it on.
which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Nope.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
It's okay.
Well, Mondo,
Steal people's
if I'm
shit,
wrong
it's okay
about
if they're
this,
dead.
you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
Back to this Gurren Lagann bullshit.
You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was...
The closing argument. Alright. I might get a little quiet because it's like, okay, let's see, what are we doing? But why? That's what I'm wondering. Lol, is that One Punch Man? One Punch Man was the true killer. special? So my L1 button is like super broken and it's really annoying. Because I have to find something small enough to fit it in the L1 thing. So actually this is annoying. Oh my god. Yeah. And then the killer moves over to the girls' room. And then the killer took something from the other locker room. From the other locker room. And then he showed up just being a weirdo, lol. What is it that Byakuya? I can't believe Byakuya was like that. And the killer went, oh, I don't know. Oh, the sauna, right. Gosh, so much to do. Is this the sauna? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, he switched around the carpet. Or the carpet and that. And the only other thing he took from the scene of the crime was the gun. So that should be right.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Ch.2 in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Oh, no worries. I'd make that mistake
That
too.
something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Oh, poor Ch.2.
With bag in hand, Ch.2 headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh no! Okay, so is this...
The killer is you!
I like that it takes me back.
With bag in hand, she made her way to the locker. But how could the victim, who was
I did that
simple,
one. I did the other one
because she
I saw a panel
was
that
really a
looked
he,
exactly like
which
that.
is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
What's wrong here? Oh, switched it. Okay, so I thought I already fixed that. I swear I already fixed that.
Here's exactly what happened! After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? Vince! You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Okay, Taka, we just went over the fucking proof. Like, fuck. I'm low jigger. Sure. Nega time? He really does, doesn't he? He looks like a Josuke. Lol. X2. So you're telling me he's gonna Zawaruni? Actually, the world. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. Wait, we're doing this to you?
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Wait, what? I need to get used to this battle. Ugh. Josuke does have better hair. Yeah, sure. Take my. I need my health back anyways, but I won't be able to do shit. Why would they vote me? Can we talk about that? Like, why are you voting for me?
Is
like,
this really the end for all of us?
Yeah, of course.
I refuse to give up yet!
Thanks for my health back, lol. Not really.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you!
Hold on, I need to see something. Oh, okay.
False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! You're corrupt! I refuse to vote! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence!
This should prove it!
This should prove it! Oh boy!
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
You gonna own up finally, Mondo?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
But why? Yeah, boy. Then I can buy more presents for my girlfriend.
Bro! What are you saying?
Bro, no! You can't die now!
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on!
Hit with them good grades. Actually, I have pretty bad grades. You know that.
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Okay, but we already figured this out. No.
What?
Why are you being so dramatic? Fuck off. Let me do something. I'm scared.
Unbelievable.
Baby.
Sorry.
What is this?
Yeah, that's too. Also, are you okay, bitch? Lol.
Now then. Actually...
A sad story of two men.
Ha!
Oh, for anyone who doesn't really... There once was a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. No matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell. The inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter what it was. It was revealed. That was revealed, it would be the end. Hardened shell would crack, armor would fall off. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body.
Sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to
Yeah, that's right.
was him. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. But Ch.2 figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor, then he could keep the secret.
uh-huh.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Ch.2 had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him too. So
That's wrong. Yeah, they gotta change it. Like, you mean Monokuma? Yeah.
that was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he'd made to Ch.2. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Ch.2 from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Ch.2.
But...
How does moving the body keep a secret?
Because
Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Ch.2's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then, Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Ch.2, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? You guys trusted each other, right? So then why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it. Possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this? You're wrong!
Don't make me repeat myself.
No.
Why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. Come on, Monokuma.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across this country tremble. The only reason he had a chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone.
Okay, cool, but that's Josuke. That's Josuke wearing Ch.2's clothes. Like, shut up. Mondo's older brother was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It's because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust and respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was at the time sorry-eyed little brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravies. What the fuck kind of saying is that? But also, why is he about to fall off? Like, he is constantly about to fall. He is constantly, like, teetering on near death. Like, I don't understand. His brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on him very slowly. Honestly, though. It's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. One was just along for the ride.
Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why
I just...
I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me!
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. On the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a sweetness. The day in the race, tragedy struck. His brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, swift with victory, and dashed into the oncoming attack. But suddenly, laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's a team you and me put together.
Baby, you didn't kill him though. I mean, circumstance makes it seem like that, but can't control what happens. Lol. You just have like a gang full of people like using like one of those playground toys. Or no, they're using one of those play horses. Imagine that. Fucking the world it up.
It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger, under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. And that became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
I'm strong.
Yeah.
Strong, 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 strong. And yeah. As soon as our killing game began, we realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own brother.
Yeah.
No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why
Yeah.
After I saw what Monokuma had, I had filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before.
I just...
I didn't know what to do with it. I wasn't sure what to think or say. But after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety, way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living. have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us?
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It's the kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creep. Something inside my head. What did you want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why'd you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure on my face?
I just wanted to...
I admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you. Da 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 da. Lol, Joe. Lol. Yeah.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand. I was just staring at him. Down on the ground. Little Otaka's triggered.
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Yeah, because, you know, the thing with your brother was a total accident, but killing Chihiro, that's just straight up murder. I mean, Mondo wasn't that bad. Like, yeah, he was a big tough guy, but, you know, he had, like, some morals. It's just that when it came to having that secret revealed, he just wasn't thinking straight. Oh, actually, kid, they can't do that. Monokuma shared that, you can only kill, like, 2 people. Like, that's the limit. So, or 2 or 3 people. Any more than that, and, like, they'll get in trouble and Monokuma will step in. So, that can only really happen if it's down to, like, 4 people or 3. Mondo. He's normally so aggressive, so angry. He had that hide away from everyone. That was a secret. You don't have to kill, right? But then sometimes Monokuma will get bored and he'll have little things where he'll force people to kill. So at that point, yeah, you're kind of forced to kill. Or else somebody will die or everybody will die, and yeah. Yeah, I liked him too, so I'm kind of sad about this. Of course, Monokuma loves this. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Cause I sure don't. Taka is just broken. Shut up, you son of a bitch.
Yep.
Lol, Monokuma. It is time for punishing.
It can't be.
That's how it goes, guys. Come on.
Well now.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. It's not like this was set up from the beginning. Momo.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
Momo's the best.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Imagine if the punishment was just like making the person go to sleep. It's not even bromance, they're literally dating. Like, look at how sad Taka is. Taka! Please!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Dead. Where'd he go? Oh, I can't believe this. Kaide! God damn it. Mondo Kuma. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. He's not your brother. Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Shoo. I can't believe this shit. I can't believe they made Mondo better. Butter Mundo? I don't even know. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Taka, are you okay? You are ruining your vocal cords. Why is snot coming out of your eyes? Are you okay? Byakuya, please. We still need to talk about why you were messing with the scene. Nah, you can't kill the teddy bear. Like, Mondo tried to, and this other girl, Junko, tried to. Mondo got off with a warning. Junko was murdered super hard.
What is this?
A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that? Kinda. Yeah, it's not great.
Naturally.
Of course I do, because it's like, this game is like that.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except...
However...
I just don't understand. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's plan?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library with you.
Honestly.
Playing more than that time. Of course he did! I wrote a dramatic time.
There is nothing to be done.
Why do you care? Okay, but you said something, so you do care. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
No, he just saw the corpse. Such a boring kind of status idea. Oh. So you just never said it? For fuck's sake, Byakuya.
Well...
God damn it.
That's right.
Okay, Byakuya, but if they chose the wrong person, you'd been dead too. God damn it, Byakuya.
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack and Coco, you decided to use that. Create the fake murder scene.
But...
Damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth. Would you? I don't know. Of course. Jack gets an feels sharp eyes piercing. Why are you mad? Things may seem remarkable to someone, and never did. As if they found it interesting.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become black, then I'll know who to watch out for. Okay.
Correct.
So that was your reason. You were satisfied.
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Whoa. She's just like, I don't even care. This is a dumb story. Moving on. Kyoko's just like, lullaby.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? Lol. But you know, this punishment is despair. It's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to you.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. This punishment is to perform all hope to despair.
Damn.
When you...
What the heck?
Monokuma, what the fuck?
Damn it!
Are you okay? In the end, I'm gonna stand alone and predict everything will be
Ooh, how exciting!
That's enough.
You never speak to lover.
In the name of my family.
You're getting all riled up!
He's not though. I'm the main character. He looks like he's supposed to be the main character, and then they're like, nah, he's too nerdy. Temper, sounds like something. Laughter peeled across the courtroom. Court curtain closed and faces to hear on the road. I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
You guys having sex?
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match.
Lol, right?
But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see. As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
What measurements?
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Honestly, right? Alright. We're down to 10 students. To be continued. Which actually applies to the stream. Crazy diamond. Whew, crazy diamond. Do you mean diamond is unbreakable? Yeah, let's save. So I do want to continue and, you know, love on my base. However, it is time to go. Yeah. Alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out. It was really fun. This was a fun trial, even though the truth bullets are slow as fuck. Like, I'm still mad about that. Lol. That protein coffee is gonna fuck with you, you know? Like, if there's marks on the floor, you know that ain't just coffee. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I don't know when I'll stream next. Probably sooner than later, because I'm starting to catch up on work, so... Yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. I love you guys. Yeah, we do need that money. Where it at? Alright, see you next time, guys. Bye.